Hey, welcome back guys. Today I want to talk about track saw guide rails and different care and maintenance tips for them, along with how to replace the splinter guardrail for all the different track saws. And the first thing with these, guide rails are made out of extruded aluminum. It's pretty hard, but it could be easily damaged if you drop one of these. So one of the probably best things we have are these guide rail covers for Festool, Makita, PowerTech, when all the different guide rail tracks. And these go over the ends of it and it protects these corners. The corners on these, the edges, are pretty sharp. It also helps keep the splinter guard in place. What happens is over time, the splinter guard, as this tape, double-sided tape, it becomes less sticky over time. And with these, it keeps the tape tight up against the guardrail when not in use, because what's going to happen a lot of times where the tape's going to start to fall off is right on the edges, and it will start to peel back. So these keeps the tape tight up against it when it's not in use, but most importantly, it's going to protect the edges of these. This is also these tend to be, they're not sharp, but they're definitely not soft. And if you drop one of these, they can easily get damaged. So these covers, they come in a pack of 2, 1 for each end. So 1 per guide rail, you'll have 2 for the whole set, and it would protect the guide rail. So you can see here, this is my Makita guide rail. And some time ago, I had dropped it one time and the T-track, it landed on the side, and you can see the T-track right here is bent. So anytime I actually try and put like an accessory in this T-track, I actually have to put it in from that end down there, because this end's bent enough that most T-track accessories actually won't fit in there. So if I had been using this guide rail cap, it would have protected that. This may have been damaged a little bit, but it would have saved my guide rail and I wouldn't have had this issue. Another great thing about these, I haul these around in my truck a lot. So I pulled one of these out of my truck. I wasn't paying attention. And with these ends being a little, they're not soft. It nicked my truck door because I wasn't paying attention and scratched the paint on my truck. So this helps because these are made out of plastic. If I have this on and it hits my truck, it's not going to damage the paint like the actual guide rail did. Next, I want to talk about splinter guards and how we can replace them. But if you guys are interested in these, I will have a link in the description below for all the different end caps to protect each brand guide rail. And if you buy multiple, there's a quantity discount. The more you buy, the bigger discount you get. But as for the splinter guard, this one is a Makita splinter guard. I bought off Amazon. They run about $22, $21, $22. The Festool are quite a bit more expensive. I want to say the Festool ones are almost double that price. Now, you can see here, I actually have a Festool one on here, and how you could tell is it's clear, where Makita's is black, just like the PowerTech. So I'm going to take off the Makita splinter guard, and I'm going to take off the Festool one that I put on here some time ago. I'm going to replace it with a original Makita. So one of the more important things you guys want to have though for this is either alcohol pads or some 99% ISB alcohol. Pads will work too, but what you guys want to do is, I'm going to use the magic of editing right now, and I just removed the splinter guard. So you just rip it right off or peel it right off. And then once you have that, this is the very important part. When you put the new one on, it is pretty much a double-sided tape on it. You want to make sure you clear off all this excess, all right? All this excess glue and stuff that was on it originally. So this is where you can see the alcohol pad comes in handy, or I put some of the alcohol on this rag. And take your time. This is just because this is a very important thing. Right here, you want to make sure you get everything off. Because if you don't, and this is not clean, your new pad or your new splinter guard won't stick well to it, and it will start peeling off much sooner than what it should. So take the time, get this really clean before we move on to the next step. What we're looking to do, we're going to peel the sticker off, and then we're going to lay it on here right up against the edge and make sure we get a tight, good seal, and it's firmly pressed on. You can leave this hanging over a little bit on the edge. You can either start right on it, leave a little bit over and trim it off. When you buy this, this is for a 55-inch saw or a 55-inch track. You'll have a little bit of excess for it. So when you peel the sticker off, don't peel it off until you're actually ready, have it cleaned and ready to put on. As you guys see, you have that double-sided. It's already on the splinter guard. Just press it right up against that berm, press it in tight, and take your time. There's no rush. Bob Ross it, and get it right along the brim. And keep making sure it's fully pressed on there. And once you guys have it on there fully, I use a pair of scissors. You guys use a razor blade and just snip off the end, excess. Actually, I believe this was for 118 inches. So pretty much you can do 2 of these standard guide rails with this one. Again, about $22, 21 and some change on Amazon. Festool is clear, is a bit more expensive. So if you guys don't need the clear, save the money, go with Makita. You can use the Makita on the Festool tracks too. So for Festool users, don't want to pay the Festool price, don't need clear, buy the black Makita and it will work exact same. So once it's fully on there, I go over it a few times and just really apply that pressure, because that initial adhesion is what you guys are looking for. That way it gives you guys a long life for it. And then you guys right now have your new guide rail like the day you bought it, unless you dinged it up like me because I didn't have these caps. But you are ready to make a new cut on this and set the kerf. So obviously your track saw is going to be, this is going to be longer than your current track saw, and you guys need to make a one-time cut on this. Just put some piece of board underneath, a waste board, cut it, get it trimmed up perfectly for your track saw, and then that's where the covers come in. Keep this tight, sealed up against it, and you guys are good to go. If you guys have any questions on these, just leave a comment below. Any other tips about your guide rails, things you guys like to, how you like to store them, just leave it in the comments below. And again, for the splinter guard, I will leave in the link description below so you guys pick that up off Amazon. So thank you guys.